You want to intro us in so I can have something to, paste in there?
Ready! I was just saying I don't know how it's going to work with the Packer game. So I'm for sure going to be paying attention to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be tough.
You've got to
Our boys are out there running the field.
You have feel lucky? Well, who you punk? Are you feeling lucky?
Side note, I did not split them up like I said I was going to. Remember on the last
Oh, you can hear it
last
perfectly
podcast?
fine.
You can hear that. You can hear the voice fine. Whatever.
It's just too much work, really.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's so little work to like put these things together, but
Any level of work is too much work for the Feelin Lucky crew.
yeah, for sure.
What is work?
What is life? I guess.
Welcome to episode 14 of Feelin Lucky.
We are back. Episode 14 of the Feelin Lucky podcast, presented by Hops News. I am Lucky, and to my immediate left is
I'm Beef. Oh, I'm sorry, producer Beef.
Perfect. And to his left is
JJ. If you haven't noticed via the jerseys, we are in the middle of a. Can we say their team name without getting sued? Fuck it, we have a lawyer on
Green Bay.
staff.
No. Green Bay. Green Bay
Yeah.
is just a place. We're not gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah, there we go. So Green Bay game is in the middle of going on right now.
Against
And-
the San Francisco.
Yeah,
Team.
perfect.
94ers.
Yeah, close enough.
Did you see that? I just spit up beer.
This is why we don't have nice soundboards, because you spit up on them.
Shout out the Hops News family for providing this very expensive soundboard.
But we are all many beers in, and we decided now's the perfect time to film a podcast.
So it's not going to get worse than it did for the episode that's out right now. I don't think.
Contrary. Nothing can be better than that episode. I don't know if we'll ever top that. That might
Yeah,
be
that
peak.
was our peak.
That might be peak Feeling Lucky.
This should just be season 2.
The fact that
That was our season finale.
Yeah, this is our sequel.
that would
Really
be
disappointing.
That'd be a
And
great
Yeah.
season finale where I just talk about jerking off into a dish towel.
speaking
of
of which,
season 2, have you guys watched The Mandalorian yet? Season 2?
Episode 1.
Episode 1?
Do you want to start there? That could be a good topic to start off with.
Yeah, this is completely off the sheet.
I still haven't seen any of the Mandalorian.
Alright, get the fuck out of
Well,
But
JJ
no,
is
you
not going
can-
to be a part of this
Yeah,
episode.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I got shit to do. I'll see you guys later.
I guess probably no spoilers, and I think Hops Geeks News is going to cover it because they're nerds.
Whoa.
What did you think of it? No,
Easy.
it's a good thing.
I don't know. I mean, if we're doing no spoilers, I can't really explain how I feel about it without giving spoilers. So,
Okay, so and like
spoiler alert.
This was a great topic to bring up. I'm glad we decided.
great producer Beef sticking to the sheet, I guess.
Going off the rails already. Let's get this train off the fucking rails. All right, Mandalorian season 2, episode 1 came out October 30th. I'm pretty sure. We'll say October 30th. Fuck it. We'll have fact checkers. We'll put this shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Interns,
Fact
fact check that.
check it. Interns, can you fact check when the episode 2 of Mandalorian came out?
Packers just scored
season
another
2.
touchdown.
Did they really?
Yep, 28
God
to
damn,
3.
my man's.
You mean that Green Bay team that
My
was
man,
gonna go-
single
Oh
Aaron
shit! No,
is
no, no, no,
doing
no! I
work.
meant the Packers. The
Yeah, they're packing meat right now on
the meat
screen, and it's
Packers.
great. It's great.
Was that Devontae Adams?
Beef Packers.
We
This
also
is on
have
fantasy team.
shit
Anyway.
Packers that we're watching later. But
Spoiler
it's
alert:
different.
Mandalorian season 2, episode 1 came out, and
When did it come out, intern?
October 30th.
30th. All right, we have
Oh.
our fact checkers.
There we go. Thank you, interns.
Thank you, interns.
Shout out to the Hops News family again for shelling out, getting us interns.
Yeah, I don't know how the rest of everyone's doing, but like they're dropping the money on us.
Yeah.
They got us this nice ass studio with cabinetry in back,
Great ass,
and
great
two
ass
interns.
studio with
Yeah,
a
right.
table that barely fits our equipment.
State of the fucking art.
Speaking of Hops News family, I told my mom to buy us a tablecloth, so maybe we'll be looking classy later.
Christmas
So we're gonna have
present.
a fucking Dollar General tablecloth with like pink and purple stripes on it.
You're goddamn right we are.
We'll fucking love it.
Have you seen my shower curtain? Dollar store, baby.
Yeah, I have.
Always.
So,
Mandalorian. Do you want to talk
Mandalorian
about it?
season 2, episode 1.
I don't know. Do we actually want to talk about that? That
I
seems
feel like I'm the only one that's seen it.
No, I for sure have seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen it almost twice. I think I watched like half of it once, and then I fell asleep, and then I watched the full episode the next day. So like,
So all I'm gonna say is it was kind of unnecessary.
yeah,
I mean,
I
the-
believe
the-
so, too.
The episode, the beginning of the episode was
that's
badass,
a good way to say it with no spoilers. It just
but
seemed
it was
like it
just
was
like
kind of
I
thrown
didn't
in
understand
there.
the point of it.
Yeah.
Unless the thing that he got at the end of the episode plays
Is a
some kind of
big
huge
deal.
role, or is some kind of big deal later on in the season.
That's a
I
good
don't
way to put it.
understand.
No spoilers. It did seem it seemed like an episode of like Friends or some sitcom that just doesn't.
Or like
They're all just
Star
individual.
Wars Episode 8, where it's just like completely
You
unnecessary.
don't need it. You don't need it.
No.
It's like Star Wars Episode 8 was like it recapped.
Yeah.
Or no, am I thinking of 7?
Well, I mean,
One of them
8
was just like the same exact thing as the first ever episode, and it's like you
yeah,
don't need to do
Episode
that.
7 was like the same thing.
Yeah.
As New Hope, but Episode 8 was just like there was like one good scene in there, and then the rest of it was just like, what the fuck is this?
No, I agree. That's JJ, you have no feelings because you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
I have no feelings. I just got access to Disney Plus last night, though.
Oh,
So check back next week because I'll probably have them all binged.
That's literally the only thing you need to watch on Disney Plus.
Literally,
Whoa,
the Star
whoa,
Wars
whoa,
franchise
whoa.
is hanging on to the Mandalorian. But I'm
Yeah.
excited for Kenobi coming out.
I still
next
think
year.
Star Wars franchise is hanging on to the original 6 movies.
Yeah, but like as far as like Star Wars now,
Current.
But like they're still banking on the old movies. Like I feel like people rewatch the old movies way more
I
than the new
think, but I
ones.
think the new movies kind of rekindled that flame a little
I
bit.
feel like the new ones are shitty though. They're too Disney-esque.
Yes, but like people got into the new movies and they're like, oh wait, there's 6 movies before these. Well, I want to watch those, and those are like, oh, these are so much better than 7, 8, and 9.
I wonder if we
I
could
agree
see the views, and I wonder if like still to this day, if the original 6 are viewed more, like per.
No,
like,
I know what you're saying, and I probably because like
Because if I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Star Wars, I'm throwing on one of the original 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
and like the only like so I had never seen the original 6 until I had seen like maybe the newer ones, but like none of my family was like big into the original like Star Wars, and so the only reason I went back to watch them was because the new stuff came out and I felt so out of the loop. Like when Mandalorian came out, and even before that, episode 7 and episode 8, it was like such a big deal when they came back. I probably watched every like original 6 twice, just like
Really?
to try and like get like, because everybody knows so much about it, and like you have to know there's so many like little intricate details.
Dude, the Star Wars universe is like never ending.
It's
You know,
so
It
There's
I
so
have,
does-
much beyond the movies. It's ridiculous.
It does suck that the new movies, because it used to be everything Star Wars fell into a timeline. No
Yeah.
matter where it was, you could place it. And then Disney took over and they made 7, 8, and 9. And now, like, there's stuff that was made that's no longer relevant.
Yep.
Right.
And it doesn't quite fit in, so, like, that really sucks.
And that's
But-
why I think Disney should have done. I mean, I think they're gonna do it now, but they should have did like a Knights of the Old Republic trilogy, like before 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
came out.
that would have been good.
That would have been dope.
That would have been really good.
Have you
Hopefully
guys-
they do it.
Have you guys watched either of you watched Clone Wars?
Yes.
I know I haven't,
See-
and I know that I
Yes,
should.
yes,
Like everybody says
yes.
that's something you have to watch, and that's on Disney Plus. I
Yeah,
haven't yet.
it's such like it's like when you're watching it, you're gonna be like, oh, this is obviously based towards like kids.
Yeah.
Because they do like morals and
Yeah.
shit in like the
I don't give a
episodes, but
fuck.
like once you
Avatar's
get
my
past
favorite show
that,
ever.
the actual like action and the actual like the meat and potatoes of the animated series is so good.
See, I hate it though because it is a kid show, and there is stuff in that show that ties into the movies that come
Yeah.
out. Like for example,
Really?
the ending of Rogue One.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you would not understand that ending unless you saw the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah.
Because like there's a character.
Okay.
No
That
spoiler
makes-
alerts. No spoilers, but there's a character or a character in at the end of Rogue One that appears, and you're like, I thought you died, like in episode 1.
You need to reach out to the Hops Geeks News because they'll do you much more justice than me and JJ are. But I very much think that you should be a guest on that episode when they talk about Mandalorian. I think every week
I love Mandalorian.
that it comes out. But you for sure should. I know what you're saying because I went and I saw Rogue One with, I want to say, my little brother, who's much more of a Star Wars nerd than I am. And he said that. He was like, did you understand what happened at the end? And I was like, I mean, I guess, but like not the importance of it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, you would have had to see in Clone Wars, which he's the one that tells me that I have to watch that.
Which also,
So-
it's super cool that they made it more relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that.
I don't like that. I disagree with you. I don't.
You don't like that the Clone Wars is more relevant?
I don't like that it ties into the Star Wars like storyline as much as it does, because me as like, you know, most adults are gonna look at Clone Wars and be like, oh, it's a fucking kid show, and then they're gonna watch other movies and be like, how does this tie into the storyline? And you'd be like, oh, well, you got to watch the kid show to understand it. And it's like, well, what the hell?
That is crazy.
I'm also really mad because when they were filming, or not filming because it's not live, but when they were animating the Clone Wars, they cut it early because Disney was buying it and they wanted, at least you could fact check that. But I know for sure they ended.
I love that you looked at the interns. And
Yeah, no, they're just, I don't know what they're doing.
Totally
That looks like porn on their phones, actually.
Gross. What are you guys watching?
Yeah. Is that girl on girl?
Nice.
Nice. The female interns are watching girl on girl porn,
They
and
for
that's the
sure.
Feelin Lucky style.
That's
Yep.
only our interns.
But
They'll be writing the
I
series.
hope I hope my parents see this one. So I found out my parents watched one of the episodes that we filmed, and I know that because my dad made
Mine don't. And
I told them not to, and I found that they did because my dad made a joke about me watching porn. I was like, you motherfucker, you've seen what I do.
Damn it.
I don't even think my parents know what a podcast is.
I don't think my parents
Consider-
know what a porn is. I don't know.
Consider both yourselves lucky. But anyways, back on like
I'm
we
feeling
need to.
lucky.
We need to.
they
Hey!
Didn't do that. Hold on.
Can we have-
wrong one. It's the far
Wait, hold on.
slider.
There we
it
go. There we go.
But they ended up like ending the series like early because of they wanted to like round that to make the next series for Disney.
Wow.
So
Didn't know.
the last season, like halfway through, it's like a very like good storyline, and all of a sudden right at the end, they're like episode after episode, they're tying up every loose end. You're like, oh fuck, this is ending quick.
Yeah. Fuck. We can move on. We can move on from that. But that's, I mean, Mandalorian. I didn't even think to put the Mandalorian on this, but that coming back is like, that was the biggest show on the planet when it first came out. Everybody talks about it, and like,
it's so good. Too.
it's so. Oh no, it's so
so
good. And Baby Yoda is like the biggest thing probably.
Maybe that's the reason why I never really wanted to watch it was Baby Yoda. It just makes me mad.
Why? Baby
He's
Yoda's
he's not
adorable.
actually a baby.
What?
He's not a baby.
Nah.
It's not Yoda.
No, it's not Yoda.
What do you? Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
so
what you're trying to say.
Yoda, like they never specified his species, whatever he is.
Yeah.
But Baby Yoda's not a baby. I'm pretty sure he's like a really old man still.
Okay, yes, he's probably like 50 years old, but in that,
But it's like
in
a
that
baby.
lifespan, he's a baby.
Yoda.
But yeah,
like,
he doesn't know how to talk yet. But yeah, so Baby Yoda is, well, they say 50 years old in The Mandalorian.
But then
But so
how old
Yoda
is
lived
like
to be like
Yoda?
800.
Yeah, I
well,
was gonna
that's
say.
it. In like the lifespan, but he's not like really a baby. Like,
In that species. he
but
is.
also if you've had 50 years on you, you're not, like, even if you can't talk.
In that species as a baby.
But in like
it's hard to comprehend because nothing in our life lasts 800 years.
No, that's true. But also, if you saw 50 years worth of bullshit,
Hopefully, you could be like, "Fuck this." You could at least like say something. We spent a lot of time on Mandalorian.
yeah, this has gone way off the rails.
Which is
Sorry,
fine. That's
especially
really
because
good.
like I'm sure half of what we said was incorrect.
No, I'm positive, and that's why like let's save this for.
I'm
Hops
excited
Geeks
for
News.
Hoppy and Mash to listen to this
gonna
and just light us up in the chat.
Rip it apart, and I hope they do. Because we're
whatever.
not Hops Geeks, but it's good.
It's okay. If you like that. Anyway,
Let's
moving on.
start our episode, I guess.
Top of the lineup, baby.
That was totally not intentional. So, yeah, this is quite the transition. Do you guys have the document pulled up?
Yeah.
The first thing that I have on it, because we have been hearing a lot about this, and me and JJ were just on. Check out the latest episode of Hoppy Hour.
We talked a lot about this actually.
Jay Brew brought up the masturbating while hungover. I'm not. I know for a fact from the people that I've heard from, I'm not crazy. This is not a crazy take. But do you guys want to rehash this? Because I was hammered.
I'm gonna double down on it now. To be honest with you,
please. I need some kind of backup because Jay said specifically he submitted. We asked them for Dear Luckies just because we hadn't prepared anything for this episode.
Go figure.
He said, where is it? Dear Lucky, the last thing on my mind when I'm hungover is masturbating. ... What the fuck? That's all he said. Is he just old?
yes,
Yeah.
I can confirm. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I did not want to say that while we were on the stream.
No.
Who's this, Jay?
Jay Brew, yeah.
I want to ask Jay Brew 20 years ago the same question and see what his response is.
I don't
20
know
years
exactly
ago, wasn't
how,
he in the military? 20, right? He's
and exactly. I guess maybe he didn't drink, but like when, or he probably.
so. I mean, it's probably a little bit
hard.
harder to be horny in the morning when you like wake up next to 7 other dudes.
It's exactly what it is. I don't know. What do you, we
No,
don't have to rehash it too much, but I cannot. So I'm going to pull up my phone quick. In addition to that, I got a text message because this was a big conversation in our Hops News, group chat. And Hoppy said, she sent a screenshot. She Googled, how does an orgasm make a headache go away?
So
How does it work?
That's definitely a thing. I can confirm that
exactly-
that will fix a headache.
So what she sent, it says researchers still aren't sure exactly how sex relieves headaches. Sex by yourself still counts as sex.
Sex by yourself is better than normal sex. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
For sure. Nobody knows how to handle me like me.
Yeah, no, no one can deal with these 3 inches quite like these 10 fingers. I don't know.
Oh my god. We could get into another topic if you want to right off
Let's
of that.
pull the interns. Interns, do you masturbate when you're hungover?
Don't say it too loud because people can hear you. They could hear that laugh too.
All right, so
That was a
based
yes.
on that, we need 2 new interns.
Yeah. So Feelin Lucky is not looking for interns.
Yeah. Must be
please email.
sexually open to masturbating when hungover and used to our humor. So
Those are the only 2 requirements.
serious inquiries only.
Realize what show you're interning
Also realize it's unpaid. It's very much unpaid.
for. Completely unpaid. Actually, you'll have to do a lot
We'll
of
pay you in beer. Maybe.
Maybe.
Not really though.
Yeah,
You
not even that's
might
guaranteed.
have to go buy us the beer and not get paid back. So yeah, we don't have to talk about that too much, but that was a very big topic on tonight's happy hour.
But see, I don't think it's like headache related.
I don't think it is
I mean,
either.
I
I don't
do
have to
know,
have
like-
a headache to masturbate.
No, I
ever.
definitely don't. But it definitely helps with the headache. But like, it's not.
It just is something that I have to do.
I think it's
said
just
when I
that
was
I'm
on.
dehydrated and I just want to be more miserable. So like, I'll make myself more dehydrated.
What did you say? Didn't you say something about the shame last time? I just feel twice as shameful. Now I'm just hungover. I just want to hate myself to the full extent.
Yeah, I really want to stretch this out for all I can get.
Yeah. Packers just scored again. We're what? Yeah, we've already said.
We are
the meat
stomping
Packers.
on them.
We can for sure hear them in the background now. We can for
That's
sure hear that. That's fine. That's the
It's fine.
part of having a live studio audience that doesn't pay attention to the show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited because I know at least one of them listen, and I'm excited for them to message me and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Go
but that's
Hey Lauren.
that's a later problem.
Hey Lauren, go fuck yourself.
Not to name drop here,
Not
but
to name drop. So we're
Yikes.
done.
I'm sure that one. We're in trouble now.
Now we got the interns.
They can't hear that. So
Moving on.
moving
Moving on.
on. Do you want to go to another penis-related topic?
Yeah, so the election happened this
No,
week.
no. Before that.
Speaking of dicks, we'll talk about the election.
I saw a post that said that Biden's the same as Hillary, just with a smaller cock, and I did not stop laughing.
That's
All right, so yeah, we're doing the election.
yeah, we can do the election. There's a penis topic that we have on the thing. There was a groupie. Let's get to this before the election, just because it transitions.
Okay, fine.
There was a soccer groupie. I don't remember her name. But she came out with a book called The Memoirs of a Whore. And it talks about allegedly a famous soccer star having a micro penis. Do you guys think that is a thing?
So we don't have the full story here.
I don't know the exact story. These bitches are just cackling. Like, I can hear every fucking laugh. Like,
that is all
I
you
think
saying
they're trying
that,
to,
and I have no part in that statement.
No, that's completely me. I feel like they're trying to record their own podcast right in the same room.
Jesus Christ.
Our micro penis is real. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it's just a disappointing penis. I don't really think
so. Like, that is like an average penis is like.
But also, like, side note, like, well, you continue with your. I'm gonna look up a fact real quick.
So I'm gonna say, is this soccer groupie like attractive?
Yes, very.
Okay. I was just gonna say, like, maybe this anonymous soccer star.
No, she's like she fucks like big time soccer players.
Well, okay, maybe this soccer player just had like whiskey dick one night. You know?
But like exactly, whiskey dick isn't a micro penis. Like when I picture a micro penis, look at their hands.
Right now.
Look at their hands. I imagine a micro penis the first knuckle of my pinky. Like
hard?
Yes, that's what it is. A micro penis is not like.
All right.
You know?
So I'm looking it up, and it says micro penises are a rare condition that affect 0.6%
Yeah.
of males. And so my argument is just imagine if your dick didn't get in the way of all of your thinking, how successful you could be at something.
I have said 1000% that who's the guy from Game of Thrones that gets fucking neutered basically. There's a couple of them.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of who you're talking about.
Lord Greyjoy is the one that gets his dick cut off.
Yes,
and then
okay.
the bald guy. What's the bald guy's name?
Oh my
He's
God.
the smartest man in fucking Westeros.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name though.
I can't think of his name either. But life would be so much easier without
I mean, I believe all successful people
fuck.
have small dicks.
Okay.
Let's see real quick. Let's see it's gonna be tough.
I don't totally agree with that. Because
no, I mean I think you have to be able to
um,
focus on anything other than masturbating into dish
have
towels.
you ever? All right. Is that the reason you're giving me for not being successful? That I mean, I guess I could take that.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's 100%.
successful.
That's
I'm
100%
not
the
successful
reason.
because I have.
That's
a
also the
functioning
reason
penis.
why you don't clean your apartment.
So the bigger
This-
dick you have,
Whoa!
the bigger dick you have, the less successful you are.
I think so.
Talk to. Have you heard of like LeBron James?
Does
Do you
LeBron James have a big dick? It's probably
Is that a joke?
it's probably
There
micro
was
penis
stuff-
in relation to his size.
There was.
Has anyone ever seen LeBron James?
Yes.
Yo, I'm going to Google this bullshit right now.
There was a picture that went around a while ago. He was like in the middle of a game and he was like doing the thing where he like fixes his shorts and he like you saw his dick and it like it's not I mean it's nothing to like write home about.
He was wearing a
but
cup.
in basketball.
He was wearing a cup in basketball.
Really?
I mean, it's LeBron James.
Or he was just stuffing the sock in there like Producer Beef did for Halloween.
Allegedly.
No, that happened.
Okay, so whatever. We need to stop fact checking. But I just think that was like, I don't think women. So a girl that accuses a guy, like if they break up and you're like, the only comeback that they have is like, oh, you have a small dick. She's probably just like salty about the breakup, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she for sure sucked that dick and like fucked that guy plenty of times. And if it was that small, she probably would have stopped earlier, right?
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at.
Lucky, is there some unresolved anger you have towards exes claiming you have a small penis?
Plead the fifth.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. That's just something I thought that was a funny topic, and I wanted to bring it up. So, moving on. Do we want to talk about the election? That's the biggest thing happening in the world right now.
I
Do you
mean-
think, here's a question. Do you think it'll be, do you think we'll have a president by the time this airs? So we're shooting this on Thursday. By Tuesday, do you think we have a president?
They're already talking about possible recounts in a couple states and
Wisconsin?
other legal action.
Whoops. Damn it. Wisconsin making the national news. Wisconsin making the national news because we
But-
have to get a recount.
Yeah, they're talking about a couple states, and so will they call the election within the next week? Probably, but will there be some sort of scandal and or recount that will make everyone be like, hold on a second?
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's making this election really hard to predict because of all the bullshit that's going on.
Ridiculous. I don't know.
All these recounts, all these absentee ballots that they're just finding out of nowhere.
I mean, it's going to be so no matter what happens, I think Biden, obviously right now, I looked at what Vegas has him as, and he's like minus over 1,000. So he's probably going to win no matter what. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to be dragged out for such a long time. Like Trump is not going to go quietly into the night. And
No.
I don't know. I think it'll take. I honestly don't think we'll have an actual president. Like we'll have someone putting their hand on the Bible until I want to say 2021. I think it'll be such a long time.
Yeah, they're gonna drag it out for a while, and my whole thing is like,
Well, because they in 2006. Sorry to cut you
no,
off.
you're good.
But in 2006, they had to do a recount, and it took 3 months. Wasn't that? That was.
That was Florida, right?
I don't remember.
There was an election in 2006.
What? Who was it?
2004.
2008 maybe. Who was Al Gore? When was Al Gore? Because they had to do a recount for that.
2000?
No, it was.
2004 was George Bush.
Oh, maybe it was then. I don't know. I know it was Al Gore's year. They had to do a recount, and it took like literally 3 months before there was actually. And like this is gonna take way longer than that. Even if there's just a recount in a state or two, because of all of like the mail-in ballots and stuff. It'll be such a long time.
In 2016, they recounted Wisconsin, which I think very likely that they're going to do again.
For sure.
Was that a turning point in the 2016 election? Did it swing?
There's too many words on this Wikipedia article for me to tell you that.
We did not do that much research before the show.
But my whole thing is that I have no problem with people wanting to call recounts because, like, if you legitimately won, you have nothing to fear. And,
Right.
and if there is some level of, like, fuckery that's going on, like, it should be addressed and taken care of, you know?
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
you guys seen the stuff come out about the potential like voter fraud happening in Detroit and Wisconsin? I think those are the two main. And I think there was something in Pennsylvania too. A lot of the swing states look like they had some shit.
Yeah.
We don't have to get. This isn't like a political thing. It's just
Yeah.
like commenting on whether or not you saw that. It
It's-
looked like there was some really shady shit happening.
Yeah, from what I saw, and I never fact check it, so I can't guarantee its authenticity or not. But there seems to be and it makes sense that like the ballots would be all counted at once and then injected into the count at once, right?
Right.
Like we're gonna complete our count and then we're going to publish the numbers.
But that graph going around.
But
that's
yeah,
what
the
you're talking
graph
about.
going around, like you see one candidate like jump up like 200,000 people, and then like the other candidate like doesn't move at all.
Yeah.
And so, in my opinion, it's very unlikely that.
It's just strange that happened like overnight too.
That
Yeah.
was that. I mean, that was
Like-
another we're talking about Detroit and Wisconsin specifically, and they both said that they were gonna stop counting overnight. So that part makes it a little fucked up
Yeah,
too.
and it's just,
Yeah.
it's weird that you'd get so many votes for one candidate and like basically zero. I saw another one which was screenshots of the when you go to Google and look up the presidential election, those results aren't posted by Google; they're posted by United Press.
Associated Press.
Associated Press.
Yeah,
Associated
so it
Press.
was numbers from them, and they showed it like a screenshot before everything happened and a screenshot after those were injected, and literally like no other candidate got more votes.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just so statistically unlikely.
Right. No.
That
no.
like there's got to be something.
So
going
it was
on.
just. I mean, like the explanation that came out right away was that they just counted all of them and then recorded them all at once, which totally makes
sense. But all
it's
candidates, I like the idea because like I can
like,
tell you right now that I absentee voted in Wisconsin. And if they did do that, my vote did not go towards my candidate.
But then the other part, wouldn't the other part be like, so that happened for Biden? Wouldn't Trump the same thing happen at some point?
That's what I'm thinking.
I guess if he's just not getting any absentee votes, which is possible.
But like I said, like for the state we are in, like my absentee
for sure,
vote
and
went towards
that's
my candidate,
everywhere.
But I know
it's all totally based on.
Yeah, it's
like,
weird. It's just a weird phenomenon.
Not trying to get political at
No.
all. We're just the election is the biggest thing on the planet right now.
Yeah, and I think I guess we shouldn't be surprised having Trump as a candidate. There's going to be some level of like
for sure.
weirdness or mystery to it.
Anybody
right?
that thought that he was going to go easy is poorly mistaken.
And I also don't like a candidate that openly says like let's stop counting people's votes.
Yeah, that's always.
No matter what party I'm with, if my candidate said that, I wouldn't endorse it because I believe that everyone has a right to be heard. And whether or not that swings in your favor, like that is what it is. But like,
But do you think there should be like some kind of cutoff?
I mean,
as far as like time frame.
Well, the cutoff is, I
Like,
guess,
shouldn't all
whenever
the
the
votes-
polls close
Right.
on the day that people vote. Like it.
That part is fucked up because didn't they say that there was stuff coming in after, and that it wasn't like time stamped, it wasn't mail stamped or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. That gets weird. And then some states allow like people who are overseas to vote for another week still.
Maybe
To give time for the ballots, but like
obvious.
in my opinion, like once the clock strikes whatever hour that the voting place stops taking votes, that's
it just should stop.
And like it shouldn't like obviously it's gonna take those people time to count, and like we can't discount votes because it took the counters too long to count it.
Right.
It's gonna take them however long it takes them.
And
But
like
like there has to be a line where you draw in the sand and say, like, hey, this is the latest that we're accepting votes.
Right.
And like
I
if
think
you voted late by mail and it didn't get in time, like sorry, you should have fucking pre-planned or like just dropped it off.
Or it had like if it had a stamp on it, I'm fine with that. But like the stuff that doesn't have a timestamp is kind of
That's weird to me.
That's
Doesn't everything that goes
weird.
through the U.S. Postal
Right.
Service have some sort of I don't know. It's been so long since I've gotten mail that's not a bill.
Yeah,
But
right.
doesn't it have like usually something over
and all
it?
of that stuff I just throw immediately into the garbage. I mean, like, I don't know. We can stop talking about the election specifically. The one thing that I do kind of want to talk about is Oregon.
Oh yeah, the New Amsterdam of the United States.
Yeah. So
Dude, it is the Wild West. I'm about to grab my horse, my 2 revolvers, and just giddy on up over there and see what the fuck happens.
So for
like-
those of you that don't know, in Oregon, they just ruled it that all hard drugs are decriminalized.
So
it's literally every hard drug on the
They
planet.
posted a list.
Okay, so
I know. While you pull it up, I'm gonna say what I think is on there. I know for a fact heroin's on there. I
Yep.
know cocaine's on there. I
Yep.
know
Crack.
isn't crack, DMT.
So they didn't legalize the drugs; they just decriminalized them.
Right,
so
right.
you would still get ticketed for them, but they did legalize, I believe, like hallucinogenic drugs.
No, mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms are legal.
damn.
For sure, mushrooms are legal.
Yeah, marijuana's legal. It's a weird, but it's a stance I agree with. How do you guys feel about it?
Beef, you go first.
I don't hate it. I mean, I think the laws were set in place to kind of protect people from like fucking themselves up, but at the same time, like people should be allowed to do what the fuck they want to do. You know, that's my, I guess, political belief, quote unquote. So to decriminalize drugs like that, I guess is, you know, I'm torn between, you know, people should be able to do what they want, and also like you should be kind of protecting people from not fucking themselves up.
I guess I think I'm like somewhere in the middle. Like I for sure have said like, not me, but I know a girl I dated back in college. I helped her write a paper, like a speech that was prostitution should be legal. But like I just think
Also,
I think
I'm for it. I'm for it being legal.
Well, no, I think everything, that like it's your like my body, my choice, like that kind of thing. I think that totally stands with everything. Like if somebody wants to do that, that's their choice. They shouldn't like have to go to prison or whatever for
My
a
thing on the
long
whole
time.
sex worker thing is like, porn's already legal.
Right.
Right, so, like,
That makes no sense.
What's
so
the
like you
difference
just
between doing that on camera versus off camera?
right. You
know?
like if they're both consenting people.
So okay, so there is amount limits. So it's a small amount, whatever.
Which there should be.
Yeah,
like,
because then like if you're not legalizing it, you're still gonna have dealers, and you still
Right.
want to arrest the dealers. But heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, LSD are all
Yeah.
decriminalized.
that's
So you're still
so
gonna take
crazy.
it for it, but you're not gonna like face a felony charge.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
You,
like,
you
it's
get
more
fined
of a-
some money, and they probably, I assume, steal the drugs and dispose of it.
Right. So that's a bummer. But no, I think it's crazy. So what do you think the like these bitches are just
My other
Jesus
thing is like,
Christ.
since it's not a felony, like you could still purchase firearms, and like, do you feel comfortable with somebody that's all fucking fucked up on meth or heroin buying a firearm?
yeah, that part's a little fucked.
But like, do you feel like someone that drinks a lot? Like, do you worry about them possessing a firearm?
True. I don't
So
know.
I fell in this rabbit hole a while ago, and there was like 5 different studies I found that all of them ranked drugs from like the most harmful to the least harmful, and all of them had alcohol as the most harmful drug a person can do. And
Well,
they
okay, so alcohol's long-term effects though aren't they different than like, let's say, heroin?
I would assume so, yeah, because people who drink versus people who do heroin look a lot different.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sure.
saying. like,
But I think they based it on effects to the body and then effects to society and then overall deaths. And it varies from study to study, but almost always alcohol was the worst.
But
and
don't
I
you
also
think, like,
argue,
that's it could also be because it's legal.
yeah,
it's like
that's my
much
biggest
more
thing,
easily
is it's-
attainable.
Yeah.
Like if you look at heroin, maybe at any point, like less than 3% of the country's doing it.
Right.
Whereas drinking, like at least
Everybody's
half the
fucking doing
country's
it, yeah.
doing it at one point, you know?
1000%.
So
More than
it's
half the country.
yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look more into them,
I feel like
but
it's kind of skewed.
I think that's a little skewed. Right now, the Packers, I have them -7.
the meat
and they're up-
packers.
The meat Packers, I have them -7, and they're up 31-3. Just so you know. Not to brag or
So
anything.
they're not going to cover, but
Oh no, they're totally -7. Are you kidding me? So all in all, I think there was also a statistic. We're just pulling these out of things that I've heard. Don't take any of them to be serious, but I know when Amsterdam, producer Beef, shout out Amsterdam, or it's the Amsterdam of the U.S.
we coined that term.
When Amsterdam legalized everything, like ODs and stuff went down. I want to say like 60% or something in that country.
So that's always been my biggest argument, is that as long as there's education about what people may or may not be doing,
Yeah.
and people know what they're doing, like you're always going to have people use it more responsibly.
For sure.
And then if people get in trouble, they're more likely to seek medical help.
Right.
Because you hear it all the time, especially at like college parties where someone ODs on something, and like even drinking, right? Like someone gets
Yeah.
too drunk and they're throwing up in their own mouth and end up choking on it, and like all their friends are like, "Oh, we panicked, so we ran because
Yeah,
we're not
yeah,
21
yeah,
yet," and
yeah.
it's like we can all agree no one deserves to die because they're drinking underage, you know?
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Do you think that, because like Amsterdam, I'm not sure what their healthcare system looks like, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot more free than the United States. And
Just Europe in general.
just Europe in general, I'm pretty sure that I don't know what Amsterdam's healthcare system looks like, but do you think like that could be a playing factor into their drug
Probably.
statistics?
I
But
think
like I
so.
think that's
I
what
think
this
so.
is. This is supposed to lean towards that, because I think Oregon in general is like a more left-leaning state. Not trying to speak ignorantly, but like I think it's supposed to be more of like a rehab like money grab. You know what I mean?
So I was
like,
going to say, time out. If you want to send someone to rehab, do not ship them off to Oregon because they will find all of the rest of the drugs.
No, but like they've had a really big drug problem because like they're so like Portland was taken over basically by like the population and all of that stuff. So like even before that they had a big drug problem, and this is supposed to be, instead of like ruining the people's lives by sending them to jail for so long, they just go to rehab and then have to pay out the ass for whatever. So like that's supposed I thought that was an argument that I saw. Again, this is totally.
So you think they're trying to monopolize on this drug thing?
I mean, like, monopolize or just make some kind of money off of it instead of, because like the government loses so much money sending someone to jail for something like that they're choosing to do to themselves.
You gotta weigh the costs of rehab versus the cost of providing for someone in jail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what those numbers are, but I've always been in favor of universal health care, and my argument for governments making drugs legal is that if the government sells it, they can tax it. And then you would tax it according to what it costs to treat.
Yeah.
So, like, if you say, like, oh, yeah, you know, we spend $3 billion annually on drug overdoses for cocaine, then, like, you tax coke so you get $3 billion in tax revenue out of it, make the system uniform, and move on.
And, like, okay, so this is another question. So, do you think, like, a recreational user, do you think that is going to pick up? Because, like, breaking news, I guess, I've done drugs before, and drugs
Really?
drugs in general, they're fun, but the scary part to me has always been like, I can drink a beer that's, I know the percentage of, I know like the type of beer that it is, and I know kind of what it's going to do to me. Drugs, that's always been the scary part. Like, I don't know, it's not regulated obviously, and it could be laced with fucking anything. So if it's like, if you can, I don't know if this is the rule or anything, but I would imagine part of quote unquote legalizing it is that the government's going to try to make money off of it and like tax the shit out of it. So like dispensaries and stuff are going to open. Do you think that recreational use picks up? Because like, it's fun. It is fun. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, I mean, going off of that, if the government regulates it, they're not going to lace it with shit that you don't know what's in it. So
exactly, and that's like why I'm asking. Do you think recreational use will pick up?
Do you think drugs in general, just the idea of doing drugs, is what deters people, or is it the unknown that deters people? And I think it's the unknown.
For me, it's 1,000%.
I think it's a combination of the unknown and all the horror stories you hear.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, my friend of a friend did fucking coke once and they like
died
or whatever, they OD'd,
went crazy,
and you don't have the full story or something like that.
But also, like, there's nothing, in my opinion at least, there's nothing sadder than that.
Right.
Because it's like, it's someone who's looking to have a good time, and like, I get it, like, we're just going to say the U.S. because all the rest of the states are like this. Like, you can't legally do that to have a good time. But, like, that's what they're trying to do. And, like, once again, I don't think that means they should die.
But that's also, like, you know, it's a gamble.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's a risk that you're taking
you're
as
doing
someone.
Something, you know, someone could claim it's coke. It could be coke.
Fentanyl,
it could not be coke,
and then
you know?
next thing you know.
You don't know what the fuck's in it. So, like, I mean, you're making
bada
that
bing,
choice.
bada boom.
You kind of have to, you know, pick your battles and decide.
This feels like it's been a much more serious episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is getting really, like...
Do you want to switch up the top? I mean,
maybe we should. Let's go. Let's try to be funny. Maybe it's a comedy podcast. I don't know though.
Let's try to be funny. Final thoughts. Anything on Oregon and hard drugs? Would you guys do, if you guys had the chance right now? Would you do heroin? If you knew that you wouldn't die. If you knew that you wouldn't die.
No.
You could become addicted.
No.
You wouldn't.
No. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do.
Not even once.
Nope. I wouldn't do meth. I wouldn't do crack. Nope. None of them.
Did you said meth? I thought you said math. I was like,
no. I try not to do math.
Like, aren't you in finance?
It's just never appealed to me. It's just not my
math. No, yeah.
Math
doesn't appeal to me either.
Math is fucking disgusting.
Let me just take these numbers, put them in this syringe. Let's go, boys.
Math will fucking kill you.
For the record, if it was like regulated, I would do
math.
Totally.
He only does math because it's regulated, actually.
Do we have any more beers? Let's
Yeah, we got a lot more beers.
maybe
break?
move on to. Do you want to take a quick beer break?
Yeah, let's take a beer break.
All right, we are back. Had to take a quick beer break. We are not gonna advertise our beer this time or say what we're drinking because we don't. I mean, we could if you guys want to, but we don't have Milwaukee craft beer. This is a Milwaukee craft beer podcast.
Yeah, no, we're.
We got
Don't have
Coors
any.
Light.
Whoa!
It's totally.
Coors, I'm gonna invoice you for like $2 million for that shout out, just so you know.
It's
No, I
neither
mean,
craft
So we had
nor from Milwaukee, even though it is Molson Coors now.
Coors is.
I mean, now it
but the
is.
mountains, the fucking mountains. How do you feel? I think like that's one of the best. The fact that the mountains actually stay blue, that's one of the best like things that.
You know what drives me nuts though about Coors Light cans?
What?
Here, let me show you.
Yeah, this pisses me off too.
Oh no, I love it.
It's slightly taller than every other can.
Which means it
But
like
it
doesn't
says 12
really
ounces.
fit anywhere.
No,
That shit's annoying. But also, you're right though. Those mountains are fucking cool.
but yeah, it's a give and take.
No.
The interns are watching porn
I
again.
was gonna say, you know what? Speaking of
I heard
fucking annoying,
giggling.
so we, I think, I don't know. I just think the Blue Mountains are really cool.
Yeah, no, I don't know what black magic they put in those cans, but it's awesome.
Blue Magic.
Oh.
All right.
So we're gonna try to lighten the mood up a little bit. That wasn't. I mean, I don't think it was serious. We're talking about fucking drugs and alcohol and legalized crazy stuff. But we'll try to lighten up the mood a little bit. Producer Beef.
So
this
here we
is the
go.
second half. You want to say
This
the
is
segment,
our
sir?
Dear Lucky part. So, this comes from us.
No.
No?
No. This one doesn't come from us.
Okay, so it comes from an anonymous listener.
Perfect.
You're doing great. Just keep it going, babe.
Take your time.
It comes from an anonymous listener. Thank you so much for writing into our show. We really appreciate it. The question is, Dear Lucky, the term domestic housewife implies the existence of a wild, feral housewife. What is she like?
So
God,
like
that's so good.
low key, I love this question.
Not low key. High key. This is fucking amazing.
Well, there's probably 30 to 50 of them.
And do you by chance have an AR?
So
Yeah,
you
I
want to
do
talk
have an
about
AR.
the funniest thing that's ever happened to the internet? The day that people freaked out about the fucking feral hogs. That was the best day of my life. I'm not even kidding. The memes that came out.
If you're behind
About
the
the-
times, you don't know what's going on. Lucky,
Someone
do you wanna explain.
So do you want me to explain? On Twitter
Well, it
one
was
day.
the best year of your life, so.
What?
yeah, go ahead.
So what was the? What was the exact context? It was.
was-
Oh no! It was talking about gun rights, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was somebody was defending their gun rights. They were like, so really so a question was posed on Twitter and it was so real question, what is the purpose of someone owning an AR? And there was a very serious response that said, excuse me, miss, have you ever had like 30 to 50 feral hogs in your yard while your children are playing? What are you going to do? Or like you have 30 to 50 feral hogs in the southern United States while your children are playing. What are you going to
Within
do?
like 3 to 5 minutes. What do you
Within
do?
3 to 5 minutes, how are you going to react? What are you going to
Yeah,
do?
what are you gonna
And
do?
like the internet blew up. We should, I mean, like when we post this, we should just post the best. I think we're going to the
Yeah.
best feral hog memes
That was so
because it was
Those
the
are
best day of
hilarious.
my
the internet was basically like, yeah, no, you win this argument. We'll give this one to you.
There's literally like, so everybody that's anti-gun was like, yeah, you're right. I don't know. What are we gonna do in that situation? Never thought about that one. 30 to 50 feral hogs, because feral hogs will fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
And that like, it's a thing in the South. It's obviously not up
Oh,
here,
yeah.
but like the feral hogs look exactly like Timon from The Lion King.
Yes,
right?
they do. And like, I think they breed like crazy. I think that's why they multiply. I want to say like the moms have like litters of like 6 to 8, and they can do that like 2
Jesus
to 3
Christ.
times a year.
They're like fucking
2 to 3 times a
rabbits.
year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's ridiculous.
I know that like it's kind of like in Wisconsin, deer has always been the issue. Like that's
Yeah.
what. But there was a point. I don't know if I talked about it with you, but I know one of our friends that listens to
All
this
right,
podcast.
so it's twice a year. It's 2 times a year. They have
Okay.
4 to 6.
That makes sense. One of our friends that listened to this podcast, or it was maybe you, we talked about doing like a guys trip where they actually had like you fly in a helicopter.
Yeah,
that was
so
with you, right?
down in Texas, they have feral hog hunting where you can hunt hogs with an AR, probably like an AR-10, 7.62 caliber, out of a helicopter. You actually shoot hogs out of a helicopter.
But you like it's for population control because
Yeah.
they're way too like it's necessary. Because you'll have 30 to 50 showing up in your yard with your kids there, and you only have 3 to 5 minutes to react. It was one of the best things on the internet. So if that was instead of a domestic hog, what if it was a feral hog? I
Or
guess
a feral housewife.
housewife. That's what I'm trying to say.
Would you shoot it with an AR?
No. What would make it a feral housewife?
If it shows up in your yard with another 30 to 50.
So I'll say what I'm picturing in my head. So, I am picturing like a typical 50s housewife, right? You know, like
Yeah,
the
that's not
one.
at all what I'm picturing.
No. Hear me out.
Alright.
The 50s housewife with like the big poofy poodle skirts. I'm like, maybe the camera can catch this, but like the big poofy, like puffed out skirts. And then she just like she has the face of the Geico caveman. Like, and then she's outside. Like, that's what I picture when I'm imagining a feral housewife.
I'm kind of like picturing. Have you seen any of those like cartoons or movies where it's just like women own like their own island or their own country, and it's just women, and they're like Amazon women
Yes,
with
no,
like
no,
spears
that was
and like.
wasn't that a Futurama episode
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think
Like, where the women just like they only use the men for breeding or something like that. Like they would come in once a year or something like that. That's really good. That's actually really
I
good.
picture just like 30 to 50 Amazon women with spears showing up in my house.
Probably like probably
Within 3
much.
to 5 minutes.
And I'm oddly into it. I don't know.
Oh no, sexy as fuck. Producer Beef, what do you picture?
Yeah, it's nothing pretty. It's actually some kind of Amazonian cave woman looking creature that walks on all fours and just grunts at you. And
Yeah, see, that gets me a little.
See,
that
maybe-
gets the blood flowing for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I'm dreaming, but mine don't talk in my
It's just the grunts. It's just the fucking grunts.
just the grunts.
Wow, I'm amazed. We've managed to probably just make all women hate our podcast in like 2 or 3 minutes.
I hope so. At least the 2 that are here and listening. And don't give a fuck about talking.
Yeah, fucking interns were there.
No, it's a really funny question because I said that I'm imagining a Geico cave woman, but like in the big poofy skirt, like the housewife, whatever. And so like she's outside being wild. Like, so she's shitting behind trees and like,
Well, girls don't poop, so you
hunting?
can stop that right now.
okay, peeing, I guess, out of their butts. I don't know.
Just end this now. Jesus Christ.
It's tough. I don't know. We can move on, I guess.
All right, arguments. So, gentlemen,
This is another MJ flu game for me, just so we know. Because of the background that I'm hearing. Remember I said that, I think I said that on Saturday. Because I was
hey, interns, you're supposed to keep an eye on him.
So for everyone that heard that, our cat is currently playing with a dish and is freaked out. Oh, there's like a moth in the house, and the cat's trying to kill it. So
This is great.
He's doing a great job.
yeah, you're
Let's move
doing
on.
great, bud.
Arguments.
All right, arguments. So, gentlemen, with Halloween just passing, it sucked. COVID fucking ruined Halloween for sure. And Thanksgiving coming up. What is your favorite drinking holiday?
Ooh,
JJ,
yes.
you sound like you have a good answer for this.
My favorite has got to be Blackout Wednesday.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, JJ, explain what Blackout Wednesday is, because it's not an official holiday.
No, and that's, to
we talked
me-
about this with Whiskey J.
We did. And that's why, to me, it's the best holiday. Not a lot of people know about it, but it is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, right? So, like, picture it, right? What do you do the Wednesday before Thanksgiving? Oh, you go home. So you're back in, like, your hometown. You're miserable. You go out to
Always.
the bars. You end up meeting up with people you haven't seen since high school. Maybe some of your buddies that you still see frequently, but they're in town for Thanksgiving. And you all just get fucked up the night before. And
Fucked
I
up.
mean, I've done this now since I've been 21. So this will be 6 years now of Blackout Wednesdays. And I never fail to black the fuck out. And it's amazing. You
It's
wake
the
up.
best.
You wake up the next morning ready for Thanksgiving. You're hungover as a motherfucker.
The food fucking slaps.
Oh, you go to your grandparents' house. You're so hungover, you can't even talk to anyone. You go straight to the basement. You crash on your uncle's couch. You sleep there.
You got the turkey bowl, the football turkey bowl. Like,
You got that in the background, but you sit there, you sleep, you just deal with it. And then, like, about the time the hangover's starting to cure itself, it's Thanksgiving feast, baby. And that food has never hit better.
that
I rest my case. Ladies
No,
and gentlemen,
I mean-
Blackout Friday, the greatest drinking holiday.
Blackout Wednesday.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Blackout Friday. Fantastic answer. I think that should be. I know we talked about this with Whiskey J, and we're gonna do. We haven't set it up yet, but we're gonna do a Blackout Wednesday episode
Yes.
where hopefully we're live with the Rambling Alcoholics, and it'll be our podcast. We'll release it as our podcast. So hopefully that happens.
Yeah,
Whiskey J, if you're listening to this, I know you do listen to us. We're gonna try to set that up really soon. But that's a fantastic answer.
I'm going to message you when I'm sober, Whiskey J,
Yeah,
and
right.
we're going to iron out the details because I am
Right.
pumped. I'm thinking 2 hours of us shooting this shit with the Rambling Alcoholics,
Oh
just getting wasted.
no,
That's it. Just 2 hours.
just
2 hours is all you need for a
that's all I was
pregame,
gonna
boy.
say. That's all I need to black out. Producer Beef, do you want to answer next or
I'm gonna have to go with the 4th of July.
okay?
There is nothing
That
more
is, like,
patriotic than just getting
gonna
fucked
say.
up.
That's a
on our
Marine's
nation's
answer.
birthday.
That's a Marine's answer.
That's a Marine's answer right there.
That's a man who sacrificed for his country, for sure.
Absolutely. Just something about, it's 80-something degrees outside. You're on a boat in the middle of the lake just getting fucked up off of beer.
The weather to me is huge.
Yeah,
I could not agree with that more.
I love the 4th of July weather, just spending all day out at the lake and then coming home and grilling at night and just keep on drinking through the night, like with all the fireworks too. That is the best.
I have some
drinking
great, like, 4th of July drinking stories with you, for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Give me one.
So first to come to mind is when you got kicked out of Summerfest.
Yeah, so
Oh.
for those of you that don't know,
my
Summerfest is a huge music festival in Milwaukee.
Totally
and
forgot
your
about
boy
this.
got not kicked out.
Hey, interns.
Hey,
We got a cat on the
we got
set.
a pussy sighting.
I did not sign up to be an intern.
All right,
Clear.
our intern is now drunk.
No, that's great.
She's talking back.
You're gonna be for sure a part of this episode.
Yeah, you fit in now.
Do you have anything you want to say before you leave? Okay.
Okay.
No parting words, intern?
No, it's fine.
Any parting words?
We're now officially looking for an intern.
Yeah, for sure. We're hiring.
No, so we went to a concert at Summerfest on the 4th of July 2 years ago, and it was at the Miller Lite Oasis stage. So Miller Lite is a huge brewery in Milwaukee. Miller
Obviously.
is obviously, and they sponsor Summerfest, and they have their own stage there. Well, Chase Rice, the country singer, was playing there that night, and we got tickets. We went. We were like in the front row section in the pit, and I had a red, white, and blue Budweiser tank top on, and it didn't even occur to me that might be a problem going in. I was drinking all day. I didn't even fucking think about it. It was 4th of July. It was red, white, and blue. I didn't think it was going to be an issue. It was a huge issue, apparently. Because I walked in and the lady started screaming at me, saying I need to flip my shirt inside out or find a different shirt to wear because they can't have...
I
Well,
feel
she
like-
didn't even say that. She just started flipping out about my shirt.
I feel like you're missing a part of this story. Didn't you work?
Oh, well, he'll get there. He'll get
Oh,
there.
yeah. So it makes it even better is my boss got me the tickets And so the lady that was yelling at me knew that I worked for my boss, and so I kind of got everybody else's tickets revoked for Summerfest that year.
What an
because-
unpatriotic fuck. That
like-
not you, that lady.
No, I know, but like I it wasn't just
What's
me
her
that
name?
got
Give
it.
me her name.
I,
No, just kidding.
I
Don't
don't
give
even
me her name.
fucking
Just
remember
kidding.
her
Don't give me
name.
her
I
name.
don't even care.
Or
I don't
give
even
it to us.
Or give it to me.
know. I honestly could not tell you. I don't
I'll
remember.
spam the shit out of her right now.
I do not remember her name, but she's a fucking bitch, and I hate her.
No, yeah, fuck her.
It's like it's a red, white, and blue tank top, like fucking.
On
Chill
the
the fuck
4th
out.
of
On the
July,
4th of July.
being worn by a Marine.
And it's like
Also,
and I had to-
thanking
by a
him for
Marine
his
that's
service.
basically blackout drunk at this point.
Oh,
yeah, I was very belligerent. I was
terrible.
extremely belligerent.
Absolutely
at that point.
terrible. This woman.
And it didn't even make sense to me because when I flipped the shirt inside out, you could still see the Budweiser logo on.
Technical difficulties.
Classic.
What were we? I think we're wrapping that up. Oh, my.
Yeah, what's your favorite
I
holiday?
didn't say what my favorite holiday was. My favorite drinking holiday, there's so many of them, and I think it's close between, I'm not Irish, but I think St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's a good one.
St.
Ooh, I didn't even
Patrick's
think
Day
about that.
is
That's a
a
good
really,
one.
and like the other one was Cinco de Mayo. I love that's a tough one for me to say because I'm Mexican, but Cinco de Mayo I love. Like I love going out and getting margaritas and getting blackout on fucking tequila. That's fun, but St. Patrick's Day, especially in Milwaukee,
See, I don't know if
is-
I ever celebrated Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, that's terrible.
Have we? Am I racist for not?
I'm
Yeah,
not
very much so.
Mexican, so
What?
But like, well, I mean, we're not Irish, but we
I'm a
always
little bit.
black
I'm more
out.
Irish than I am Mexican.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, that's just saying you're more white than you are.
Right.
No, but I'm actually like part Irish.
But
Yeah, okay.
So whatever. So like, but it's a tie between those, and I fucking love Memorial Day and Labor Day. Like it's grabbing basically all of the big drinking holidays, but like those two are basically interchangeable for me because it's the start of summer in my mind. Memorial Day and Labor Day, one's the start of summer, one's the end.
Can I give an honorable mention to daylight savings?
Yes.
When you're out at the bars hammered and you look at that
I
clock
missed out
and
on
all
that
of a
this
sudden
year.
it drops back an hour,
That
that
was
there's
keep
no
going.
better feeling.
that was a legitimate holiday in
Except if you work at a bar, then it
college.
sucks.
Yeah, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
I don't. Fuck you.
Cause yeah, I definitely didn't do it this year,
I'll
but
make
like
you
the
stay
last
on
like
it.
2 or 3
No,
years, I
that was
definitely did.
in college. That was a legitimate holiday. We would mark our calendars for daylight savings, and they would we'd be out until 5 a.m. in a bar, which in Wisconsin is crazy because like you can only be out until 3 or 2 or whatever the fuck it is. That's a good one. I think if I gun to my head, if I had to pick one, for some reason I say Memorial Day.
That's sad.
Why?
You know
For
what
a
Memorial
drinking
Day is?
holiday? What?
Tell me what Memorial Day is.
This is gonna get awkward.
We're gonna cut this. Next, next topic. Producer beef.
All right. Moving on. Bargument.
Do you want to
number
restart?
2.
No, just kidding. I'm sorry, producer beef.
Scrap the whole thing. Start over.
We'll just move on to the second argument. All right, gentlemen. So who would win in a fight? A cat in a human body or a human in a cat body?
But this is one that we for sure had submitted to us.
I mean, I think this is an easy one.
Yeah, human in a cat body.
Yeah, for sure.
What?
Yeah.
No.
For
Yes.
sure.
A cat's in a human
What?
body?
Cats? I mean, your cat. Look at your fucking hand. Your cat did that to you in a cat body.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had the human's intelligence in a cat body, it'd be over.
But if you put that cat in my body,
yeah,
and-
you'd be trying to bite me and it wouldn't be the same.
no, that cat's
Yeah.
fucking demonic.
No, cats are God's perfect killing machine.
And so you take that and you put it in a fucking human's body.
No, you take the smartest thing God's ever created, humanity, and you throw it in his perfect killing machine of a cat. I could kill you in 3 seconds if I was a cat.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Do you agree with him?
Okay, so a human body with cat intelligence, like, what are you gonna do?
Cats aren't smart. They're fucking dumb.
What are you talking about? Your cat has sent you to the hospital.
Yes, because of his bite. Because cat bites have a 90% infection rate.
Okay.
That's
So you're putting a human mind in that.
You're
thing.
saying I don't know.
I'm saying that as a person that realizes that a cat bite can be very deadly, I would just go around biting motherfuckers.
Or slashing their fucking eyes out.
Yeah. Or just cutting the Achilles with
If you
the
put
claws.
a cat.
So you're gonna
If you
conscious
just
in a
imagine,
human body?
my body, which isn't very muscular by any means,
fucked up-
chasing a fucking fly around an apartment.
Okay.
You think that would win?
I think you would catch the fly. I think you would for sure catch the fly.
But that's not the argument. It's so if Chester and JJ flip bodies,
Yes.
do you think?
I'm killing that motherfucker with flip bodies.
No.
Do you think
See,
JJ
For sure.
Chester. I think Chester fucks you. Chester, the guy that
I'm
has
being
sent you
raped
to the
by my
hospital.
cat. I mean,
No,
yeah.
I think
The
JJ
cat
and
that has
Chester's
sent
body
you
could
to the
fuck up-
hospital. Chester and JJ. That's what I'm saying. That's what I just
No,
said.
JJ and Chester's
It's just-
body.
yeah, it's all about the cat.
no,
It's all
no,
about
no,
the cat.
No.
Because I can hit you with those big eyes, and you won't do shit, and then bam, next thing you know,
You know what it
you're
is?
about to get your fucking arm amputated.
I would have a pretty hard time right now if Chester came at me full force. I would have a hard time kicking him in the face.
Yes, for sure. That's why I went to the hospital with the cat
But
bite.
if you put Chester in my body, he would have no fucks if I came at him in his body, like fucking me up.
I see that argument, but I do think he would win. Trust me, like
No.
I went to the I guess
The cat's not gonna win. I don't
for
think
the people that know or that don't know, my cat tried to attack another cat, and so I like grabbed him to throw him in his kennel, and when I did that, he bit me and clawed me up really good and sent me to the hospital because I got infected because cat bites are highly infectious. And so it's not the intelligence of the cat that did me in, it's the anatomy of the cat, which is why I think a human in a cat body would be deadly.
boy, I just don't agree. I think
Also, though, I've seen the movie Cats, and so now I'm second guessing myself.
so. Imagine, like,
It
if
also
you
doesn't
put a
say
human-
what kind of cat either. So if you have like a human in a tiger body,
okay. but
Okay, I
that's
thought you were
let's not
going
do
with
that.
like
Let's not
types
do-
of house cat.
No,
I was
let's
like, I
do
don't
a
think it
house
matters
cat.
that much, bro.
Let's do a house cat. Let's do a house cat. That's probably what it's supposed
So
to be.
you mean to tell me that if you switched bodies with Chester right now, Chester would win?
Yes. Chester would fucking kill me.
Have you seen how unathletic your body is?
I don't give a fuck. I am 7,000 times the size of Chester. What do you think Chester weighs? 20 pounds?
No, maybe like 10.
10? So
If
then
that.
10 to 15.
my body is 20 times the size of Chester's.
We get it, you're fat.
Yeah.
Oof.
So Chester, his fucked up mind is in my body that's 20 times the size of that fucking
But you
cat.
also
With
lost.
none of the teeth, none of the.
Yeah, he lost all of his fighting
You
ability.
think my teeth, if I bit into Chester right now, I couldn't fuck him up?
I'm pretty sure humans have a stronger like bite strength
Yes,
than cats do.
They don't have
1,000%.
fangs.
But you gotta be like,
What? I mean, those are like pointy teeth. I have pointy fucking teeth.
Nick, we're not. Sorry, Lucky. We're not talking about biting into Postmates here. We're talking about biting fucking flesh. All right, this is. A
I
pizza
was going
shuttle.
to make a comment that would have gotten us canceled for sure, but I'm not going to.
proud of you. It's called maturing.
I just could not disagree
I
with you
don't-
more.
I
thought
don't
this was
think
going to be.
you
I
would-
thought this was going to be a unanimous decision. Me against a 10-pound animal. I don't care what the animal is. Like,
I don't think you'll be able to catch him and like take a chunk out of him.
I don't have to bite him. I literally, like, he comes, bites me once, I take him and I whip him on the ground. Chester would be able to do that to me. Chester would do that to his cat-ass body.
I think if
He would.
Chester and I flip
Right?
bodies.
I mean,
No,
tell
you're
me
not
where
wrong.
I'm on.
You're
Tell me
not
where I'm
wrong.
on.
You're not wrong
Like,
there.
so he would take that 10-pound body. Chester, if I want to take him right now, I could take him and throw him across the fucking highway. I could.
My argument is like we observe cats' behavior. We know what they can do. and
Cats are fucked up,
exactly.
but they only have a 10-pound
But they don't
body.
know that. they think it's all their instinct. So if we flip bodies with them, a cat would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
But his instinct would still be fuck. You're not helping your. I don't think you help your case.
No,
there.
I think I get what he's saying, because your argument is that like Chester would fuck himself up. His argument is that Chester doesn't know what he is, and so if suddenly Chester saw himself from someone else's eyes, he wouldn't know what the fuck to make of it.
So he would still fuck it up because he fucks up people. He fucks up anything in his path.
That's not true.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? It's
He's
not
a good
true.
kitty. He doesn't fuck up anything in his path.
He sent JJ to the hospital.
Oh, because there's another cat in the room. He doesn't do that every day.
But I guess that is going towards the if he saw another cat, he would fight it for
Exactly.
sure. For
Also-
sure, he went for kill there.
That's the perfect argument
100%.
because that's the perfect argument because
Also, shout out to the cat's life I saved by taking that bite from my cat, because Chester would have fucked you up.
Also,
Without a
I
doubt.
think if
Wish
Chester
he
and I
would've.
flip bodies,
I wish he
Chester
fucking
would
would've.
see himself from a different eyes and be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And by that point, I'd be like, "All right, I got this shit."
I think just like a cat, like, okay, I'm basing this on if you were to put me and Chester in a ring, and like both of us realized that like we were fighting to the death, Chester would win without a doubt.
That's so false. What are you talking about?
You just said he almost sent me to the hospital, or he did send me to the hospital. So
right.
like,
He did, and your brain stopped you from killing him because you don't want to kill him. Right?
yeah, no, that's fair.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could have stopped him from sending you to the hospital. You could have taken him and taken his 10-pound ass body and shoved it into the ground, shoved it through the ground. You could have, right?
Straight to Wuhan.
Straight to fucking, I mean, you would have shoved his ass so far to China that I was going to say he would have been a meal. That I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that, but I was thinking about it.
You're
You
swaying me.
could've.
You're swaying me here, Lucky.
I for sure don't even understand how this is an argument. Chester, on the other hand, if anything comes at Chester right now, he's going to fucking attack it. So now put Chester in your body, and basically a fucking squirrel jumps at him. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know what that cat is. It just jumps at him. He's going to fucking kill that. Maybe you get a bite in. Maybe you get your claws
In a
into
human
him.
body, you can't catch
Chester's-
a squirrel in a human body.
What are you
Especially not
talking
your
about?
human body. You're not fast enough.
If a squirrel is on my body attacking me, yes, I can grab it at some point and just whip it to the
Okay,
ground.
that's not what I thought you were talking about. I thought you were like, if Chester and you flip bodies and Chester was in your body right now, and then him and your body went chasing after a squirrel. you
No,
would never
that's not
catch
what I'm
it.
talking about. You have to fight it. So the squirrel at some point is going to have to jump at you. It's on you,
But it's
attacking
way
you.
more agile.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I can fall on top of it then, and it's dead.
You have to hit it though.
See, this is really interesting to me
I am
because
so baffled by the fact that you guys think.
no,
I want to see this.
This is
I
why
wanna-
this is why I'm torn, because
You want to see it? JJ, go fucking kill Chester right now. Just go grab him and throw him out of your window.
so I'm curious because as a person with intelligence fighting a cat, you're right. If I wanted to kill it, I probably could.
As a psychotic cat that will kill basically anything.
But you also have to remember that, like, well, I guess I don't know what level of like thinking or planning a cat has, but like as a human, like I would plan the fight in my head and then adapt and think about my next moves as we're
That's what I'm
fighting.
saying. Like a cat's all instincts.
We're like if you were to flip it
But
and
instincts in a body that's 20 times the size of the cat,
with none of the shit that it can use. It doesn't have the teeth. It doesn't have the fucking claws.
it has
It doesn't have the
opposable
agility.
thumbs. You can just fucking grab it, and all you
It
have to
doesn't
do
know
is get a
that.
hold of it, and then
it
you
doesn't even know what
fall on top of
opposable
it.
thumbs are.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
How does that matter?
It's gonna
Because
get in the
like,
body and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I mean, that's ridiculous. Because then you
It's
can
not
say
ridiculous.
you can say JJ's not gonna know,
I won't know how
how
to
to use this
balance because
fucking-
of
yeah,
the
exactly.
tail. I won't have a clue how to do that.
We have some
and he's gonna
idea,
be on
but-
all four legs. Like he's gonna have to figure out how to chase after
That's
something.
true.
with
That's
four
another.
legs.
That's an
Like,
added. That's an added element.
that's-
I like that.
think,
I think this isn't ridiculous.
I think I
argument.
could figure out how to fucking work a cat body before a cat can work my body.
I agree. Also, though, producer Beef's body isn't that complex.
It's just a lot of back pain and
It's just a lot of fucking sexy.
That too.
So, in other news, leave your opinions in the comments, and
That
we'd
got
love to know what you
heated.
think.
That got fucking heated.
Yeah, I
and
thought we were going to end up killing each
boy,
other.
I could not disagree with either of you more. I don't know. I could have this argument for 20 more minutes, but we're way over on time, and you guys are dumb, so I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to disagree with that last part, but I do agree with we're running out of time, and I'm not going to concede points to an idiot. So.
No, okay. Let's sign off here. Producer Beef, give me a quick sign off.
Thanks, guys, for listening. We really appreciate it. Sorry about Lucky. We know how wrong he is, but appreciate you guys.
I hope you switch Fridays or switch. I was gonna say Freaky Friday with Chester. I hope you switch bodies with Chester, and he fucking kills you on your body. You're telling me you cannot fight
all right,
a
and we're
fucking
done with
cat?
this topic. We are done with
cannot
this
fight
topic.
Can
a
we talk
cat?
about the fact that the Marine can't
You
fight?
can't
How are you supposed
fight
to
a
fight the
cat.
Taliban? Did they train you for something?
How?
I could fight a cat right now, and I could fight myself in a cat's body right now.
Damn, that's confidence. That's confidence.
No.
Whatever form I'm in, I could kill myself.
I'm gonna
That's
win
how
either
fucking
way.
good I am.
I'm gonna win either way.
Crazy. But JJ, please sign off. I can't take
All
this anymore.
right, signing off. Check me out on Happy Hour this past week. Super fun episode.
Awesome episode.
Lucky and I ended up bringing the Feeling Lucky difference to Happy Hour, and I don't know how they felt about it, but it was pretty good. We laughed. Also, check out our previous episode with Black MKE and Mobcraft. It was a great episode. We talked about a lot of the initiatives that they're doing for the black community, and then later on we talked about jacking off into washcloths. So it's really like fun for the whole family.
Dish towels.
Dish
towels,
towels. It's
not
fun for the whole
washcloths.
family. There's
Get it right.
something for everyone in that episode, so definitely check it out.
Yeah, so my sign off is going to be the same thing. I think I have so much fun doing these episodes with just the three of us, but if you want to listen to like actual craft beer content, you want to listen to a real interview with like interesting people that are making a difference in our world, please go check out our most recent episode, I guess before this one. It is Mobcraft and MKE Black, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun talking to Henry and Ayrton. Yeah, so just check that out. Follow us on Feelin Lucky Pod, and I do definitely want to plug join. By the time this comes out, you still will have a little bit of time to join the Hops News family. Join that and be a part of our Secret Santa. Because that, me and JJ Beef, are you going to be part of that?
Yeah, you gotta message Mash about it.
Yeah, you're in the Hops News family now.
I'll get on that.
But
I'm
we
so
are
excited for
probably all going to be a part of that. The Hops News family, we're going to be a part of the Secret Santa, and that is going to be an episode of Hoppy Hour, the Christmas edition. It'll be a week before or whatever. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's going to be on there, and it's basically going to be a Zoom Hoppy Hour where we send everybody, or we open all of the gifts that we've sent to each other. It's going to be so much fun. Please join the Hops News family and be a part of that, or just join the Hops News family to be a part of what we have going. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you'll get to talk to us, get to do beer exchanges with us with Milwaukee, have some of the awesome beers from the breweries that we've had on and that we have coming up. So I think that's it. Anything else you guys want?
I'm so excited for the Secret Santa. It's gonna be a shit show.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be the
amazing.
whole
I
Hops
think-
News family blacking out on the Zoom call. I am ecstatic.
It's so much fun. The Hops News family is like a place unlike any other. That Facebook group, if anything, it's $5 to be a part of the Facebook group, and if that will get you, you can be a part of the Secret Santa. So join us there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, I think that's it.
If you have any questions about it, just DM Feeling Lucky or any of us directly, and we'll
Yep.
get back to you, and
For
we'll
sure.
hook you up with it.
For sure. Yeah, that's it. It was a lot of fun. Check us out. Love you guys.
All right, you want to play us away, Lucky?
Cheers.
This has been a Hops News production. You can find Hops News on all your favorite podcasts and social media platforms at Hops News. Cheers.